I like adventure and I like to sign up for crazy things. Some of them aren't as crazy as other, but when you're like, oh crap, I'm really doing this. But I myself, when it comes time to do it, I am terrified. I don't know if anybody else feels this. I'm sure you do, but I'm terrified. And sometimes I find myself trying to find a way to not do the thing I really want to do because I'm so afraid. Like, here's a good example. I can give you several. So, when John and I got married, we did an adventure honeymoon. We went to Belize, stayed the night in a treehouse. One day we hiked to the sinkhole, but we were at the top. So we hiked up. I don't know if it really was a sinkhole. He'll say it is, so we'll go with it. But we hiked up, and then we get to the edge. I'm kind of looking over. I'm like, oh, that's a cool view. They bring out harnesses, and they're hooking us up. And I'm like, wait, what are we about to do? And John's like, we're rappelling 300 feet down into this cave, and we're going to stay the night in this cave. And I'm like, oh, well, that sounds cool. And then I'm like standing on the edge looking over, and I'm like, I can't even see the ground. There's trees. I can see the tops of the trees. I'm like, my life is literally in all of these guys' hands that I don't even speak the same language as. I mean, one of them spoke a little bit of English, but they've got me hooked up. One guy goes over and goes down, and I'm like, I'm literally supposed to just like back over this edge and disappear into the tops of the trees. So I did it. I rappelled down. I didn't know what I was doing. It was very, very weird, but it was so fun. Like, I don't even know if I could do it again today. It was terrifying, but I am so glad I did it. And I find myself every time we do that, like every time I push through. So we went to the Galapagos and diving, and that's like we jokingly call it big girl diving because there's some crazy currents, big pelagic fish, open ocean. It's big girl diving at its best. And I'll be honest, I didn't do all the dives. I didn't have enough experience to go on that trip, but I did it anyway. I went and I did some really cool dives. I'm glad I did it. I don't know that I'm gonna do it ever again. That was some really tough diving. I like leisurely. I'm a lazy diver. I like to just kind of not work so hard or think I'm gonna die. I mean, I wasn't really gonna die. There were so many people there. I could have, but there were so many people there around us that we were all taking care of each other. It was gonna be fine. But it was scary, but I did it anyway. I'm really glad I did. Another example, this one's so silly. You guys are going to laugh, but we went to Yellowstone. I don't know, it's been a few years now. The first time I went to Yellowstone with the Investor Fuel Group, we did dog sledding. We get up there and they're telling us all this like the dogs, if you're not holding on, they keep running, all this stuff. And they're like, okay, John's going to drive. I'm like, oh, I have zero control over this. He doesn't know what he's doing. And if he messes up, I go over the side of the mountain or I hit a tree. The dog runs me into a tree because they don't stop. And I'm thinking, what in the world? So I get in. I'm just like, I love my husband. I do. I know he doesn't want anything to happen to me, but how much do I trust his ability to handle these dogs? 100%. So we go uphill. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's great. It's fun. And on the way down, he's like, okay, there's going to be some hills that are going to be, the dogs are going to go. And you've got to hold on. If you let go of this, they'll keep going. And I'm like, okay, take a deep breath. Anyway, we hit this first curve and this get around and we're bouncing, kind of go up in the air a little bit. And I'm just like, we hit the ground and I hear it. The sled tips over and I hear John fall. And I'm just like, here it is. Here's how I die. A little bit dramatic, I know. But sometimes I'm dramatic. I'm thinking, oh, here's how I die. But okay, John is not going to let go. John hops up. He flips that sled over and he doesn't let go the whole time. And he jumped on. And the guy in front of me, that's actually one of the guys that works there, he turns around. He's like, whoa, good job, man. I didn't have to catch you from here. And I'm like, wait a minute. You could have caught me this whole time. I was scared for nothing. Sometimes you just have to push through. Fear is a response our body has, our brains have to protect us. But sometimes it's wrong. Don't overprotect yourself. Live your life. Do the things. Like, I was terrified to leave my W-2 job because then it's just John and I who have to figure it out. You know what? Figure it out. Like, it's okay. Do it. It's worth it. Like, cross past your fear. Sometimes listen to the fear. Like, you're going in a sketchy place and you're got this feeling in your stomach that says there's something not right here. Don't push past your fear. Trust your intuition. Sometimes if it's just, this is a really cool thing that I really want to do, but it's scary. That's okay. Scary's good. Do it. Best things I've done in life, I have been the most afraid. Like, it's okay. Do it. It will be worth it. You will feel so good after it's done.